Freda Amsel was born June 13, 1932 in Montreal, Canada. This is not Freda, this is Alan. No baby photos of Freda were found. Freda was a happy child. She made friends easily. Shown here is Freda with several of her best friends. Freda had a baby brother named David. Shown here is one of the only photos of him as a child, with Mother Bessie and Bubby Dina. Freda and Davy were close. Shown here is a cage Davy was kept in when she had to babysit him. The Amsels were not wealthy, but were happy and had what they needed, except for chairs. They always needed chairs. Bessie loved her children, but it was no secret she favored Davy, perhaps because he was so short. But to Ted, Freda's father, she was the apple of his eye. He loved her more than anything, except for fishing. He loved fishing. The Amsels grew up in this house at 4252 City Hall. When they lived there, there were no cars, just horses, and occasional fish when Ted got lucky at the lake. Speaking of neighborhoods, Freda was very popular in her neighborhood. I mean, very popular, if you know what I mean. A lot of men caught her eye, but one in particular was Harry Pollock. She always loved a man in uniform. After a short courtship, Harry was shipped off to Korea. It was there he fell in love. No, not with a Korean bar hostess, but with Freda, through the mail. Returning from Korea, badly wounded, his heart was still for Freda, and he proposed. Harry, in fact, was so in love, he sold this convertible to buy Freda a beautiful diamond wedding ring. Years later, she paid for it. Their marriage was beautiful. Well, the ceremony was.
Now we are one, and I'm not afraid. If there's a cloud above.
Soon after the wedding, Freda got pregnant. Thankfully for Alan, her first son, abortion was illegal at the time. In 1954, Alan was born in Montreal, Canada. He was a wonderful baby and grew up to be President of the United States. In 1957, Daniel Bryan Pollock was born in New York. Shown here is Alan. No one took a picture of Dan at the time. Life was good in Long Island. Though Freda had her hands full, she stayed active in theater and was popular in the neighborhood, but now in a different way. In 1959, Richard Lawrence Pollock was born. Shown here is Alan. No one took a picture of Richard at the time. The family quickly grew, and Alan had to take a part-time job to help out around the house. Fortunately, Harry forced the boys to wear Speedos at a young age, which later inspired Richard to become a bodybuilder. As a young male model, he too contributed to the household. As family finances continued to be a challenge, Freda and her sons tended bar. Her brother and sister-in-law Marilyn occasionally came by to help. The bar business was so successful, Freda hired her mother and aunt Goldie, who worked for tips. Freda was a quintessential mother. Her boys were everything to her, and as the family grew up, so did she. After 20 years of marriage, Freda asked her sons if they were okay if she left their father. In 1974, Freda filed for divorce. Shown here was the last picture of the Pollocks as a family. See how sad everyone was? At the 10-year divorce anniversary, everyone seemed to look a lot better. With her newfound freedom in 1986, Freda walked across America and then Russia in the Great American Peace March. As a peace activist, numerologist, and spiritual leader, Freda worked at a bookstore, wrote a hit song, and became a prolific writer with one goal in mind: save the world. Even if it was with only one roommate at a time. But one theme always remains the same in her life. Her family is everything to her.
I'm never alone now. I can face every day. You're walking beside me and lighting the way. You're with me each moment, in my thought and my prayer. I'm learning to love, discovering faith, becoming aware. I'm never alone now. I have you by my side to comfort and listen to the secrets I hide. You taught me forgiveness and you washed away pain. I've opened my heart, exploring my mind. I'm living again. You filled me with love and showed me the way. You guide each step like a lamb gone astray. You help me believe.
A famous guru once said, when you have family, you have everything. Well, almost everything. Happy birthday, Freda. You've come a long way. It's 191 miles from Northridge to Paso Robles.